Hey there, nature lovers. It is Jackie from Eco Endeavor, and today I want to share with you how I am fertilizing my organic garden for very cheap this summer. It is only costing me $20 for all of my organic fertilizer this year, and that is these things that I'm so excited to share with you. These are alfalfa pellets. Okay, now this is actually horse feed. In the form of alfalfa that has been dehydrated and pressed into pellets. You can also buy like the cubes, but this stuff has been amazing for my garden already. And this like giant 20-pound bag only cost me $20, which is probably even cheaper where you live because Vancouver Island has like crazy prices for everything. So 20 bucks got me this huge bag, and I've been using it in my garden and I've already seen really good growth because these pellets have lots of nitrogen in them. They also have phosphorus and potassium and other little trace minerals. Alfalfa also apparently has a growth hormone that helps to stimulate growth. And I'm telling you, like, I have seen a difference since I've started using these. Now there's quite a few different ways to use this, which is also why I like it, because it kind of just works with whatever I feel like doing. So one way is when I planted out all of my tomatoes and squash, like my super heavy feeders, I just put about a small palmful into the hole where I planted those, and it'll just slow release those nutrients and they will be accessible to the plant. Another thing I've been doing is I make, like, if you pre-soak them in water, so this stuff I soaked in some rainwater yesterday, and it just becomes this kind of mush, basically, like a mush. So this can be worked into the soil, and then that will help absorb even faster because these do need like time to soak in the water. So if you're just putting them in, they will break down with water, I guess. So if you do have dry conditions like I do, this is probably a better solution. I have been putting some as top dressing, and basically what I did was sprinkled it on dry, and then with watering and with rain and with morning dew, it has expanded on its own to release. I'll show you over here what I have done with top dressing. I actually don't like this way because, well, for one, it looks like goose poop. I'm also worried it's going to attract like rodents that are going to want to eat this, like rabbits. I mean, I do have a lot of rabbits that I don't really see them in my beds, but I mean, maybe mice, maybe rats, and I just really don't like the look of it. I would prefer to bury it in the soil, which is what I did for every tomato plant that I planted. I just put a handful basically in the soil, and it will slowly break down and feed that tomato plant. So yeah, you can top dress. I just wouldn't recommend, just for that reason that I just don't like the look of it. I mean, doesn't it look like goose poop? Now, another thing I've been doing is making a soil drench, like liquid fertilizer with it. So this bucket here, I soaked overnight, and it's like super dark, very, very dark in color. And it has all like the fiber of the alfalfa in it. Okay, so with this, I can take a scoop of it and dilute it as much as I want. Like I might put maybe a cup of this into my watering can and then dilute it more and water that way. You could just do this straight as a soil drench, just like but I put quite a bit in here, so I wouldn't put this much. Yeah, I wouldn't put this whole thing in. You definitely want to dilute it to it's like murky, but not completely clear, like not clear water, but not too murky that you can't see through it. And there will be little bits of stuff like floating in it as well, which is totally fine. So this process is more of a fermentation, similar to what I do with like making compost tea. And I should say that I'm not only fertilizing this year with the horse pellets. I also have my comfrey tea, which I have 2 batches of my comfrey tea right here. This bucket I will just put with my other stink buckets to ferment. And then I will have a very high nitrogen rich compost tea, as well as my weed tea and my comfrey tea. And my comfrey tea has all the potassium and phosphorus that those plants really need. And then this, I mean, they all have everything, but this has the massive amount of nitrogen that plants need to get started. These are what I call my stink juices because if you've made comfrey tea before or any sort of weed tea, you know that it stinks so bad because it's like an anaerobic process and it just like, ugh, it smells so bad. But it works really well. Comfrey tea is really high in, I actually have a whole video on comfrey, I'll link it above, but comfrey tea is really high in the other nutrients like potassium. So having something that's high in nitrogen mixed with that one as well, and they all have trace minerals, they all have a bunch of other goodness in them. So that's how I am fertilizing my whole garden this summer for only $20, which is like a big bonus for me because I am in the middle of building a house and the budget is just like so tight right now. So the fact that I don't need to be buying like expensive liquid fertilizers is great, or other organic fertilizers. This is usually the Gaia Green is what I have bought in the past, but this year after year goes up in price, and I just find that I just wanted a better solution that was a little bit easier. Like, I gotta show you guys some of these squashes that I planted out because they like just overnight. But yeah, that's basically my tip for you today. Go to your horse feed store, go to your Early's Farm and Garden. I got mine at Buckerfield's. I don't know what you guys have in the United States, but get a bag of dehydrated alfalfa pellets to use in your garden. Now, one thing about alfalfa pellets, you do want to make sure they are either organic or that you kind of know where your source is from. If you're trying to do organic gardening, the last thing you want is any kind of herbicides in your fertilizer, which I have a video on Grazon contaminated stuff that you should go and watch that as well, especially if you're using manure or straw in your garden. But this stuff here, what actually I didn't want was GMO, like genetically modified Roundup Ready alfalfa, which this company that I bought from is out of Alberta in Canada, and Alberta doesn't really spray, and Saskatchewan doesn't spray their alfalfa crops because our biggest like distributors of alfalfa are to the EU and to China, and both of those have high regulations on what you can have for GMO crops. The United States does not have as high of regulations for that. So if you were in the US, maybe check to see where your alfalfa pellets are coming from. I did find the company online for the Alberta, and all my research tells me that like no, Alberta has been pushing hard against GMO alfalfa crops for that reason, that they can't sell GMO to Europe and to China. Anyways, so that's my tip, is if you can get organic alfalfa, or you just know, yeah, just be able to trust your source, I guess. Always look into that source. You never know what they're putting in there. A lot of the binder as well for these pellets can be like a molasses base, but you do kind of want to make sure there's not some crazy synthetics being added to that, which hopefully there's not. I mean, it is being fed to animals, so, but yeah, get yourself some horse pellets and watch your garden flourish. Now, I should give you a quick tour of what I've been putting on this. This is a patty pan squash. When I planted this out, like, it was pretty small and kind of struggling, so I'm really surprised to see how well it has grown. And this is one where I put a handful underneath. I've also, I just mulched it yesterday with some dried comfrey leaves that I had just in chop and drop, and they had dehydrated, so I added them to, is that a weed? To the garden bed. But also my pepper is doing really well in here too. Like, these heavy feeders just love this nitrogen rich alfalfa. All right, so I hope that you are able to find some of these organic alfalfa pellets where you live. And there are some that are marketed towards gardeners, which are obviously more expensive, which kind of annoys me that they feel that they need to jack up prices for certain things like gardening. But don't buy the specific ones for gardening. Go and find yourself a cheap $20 bag or $15 bag, which is a 20-pound bag, and yeah, you're gonna have fertilizer. Like, this whole thing is gonna be fertilized with the comfrey tea and with the horse pellets this year, and I'm quite excited to see how well it does. And I'm pretty sure it's gonna last me the whole year. Like, that's a pretty big bag, and I have used a lot of it for the sake of this video to show you the different forms, but really, like, I overdid it, I think. Like, this tea, I will just keep diluting, which is what I do with my comfrey teas as well. Which, let me know if you'd like a video on specifically how I use my comfrey tea, because I do have that other video somewhere that I'll link. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!